Hello YouTube. Hi, this is Divine Collections today with a video on relationship and love and relationships. Today I just wanted to talk about just kind of give some tips, or you can call it advice, and just talk about the topic of relationships, because no matter who you are, whether male or female, one way or the other, whether now or in the past or in the time to come, we all deal with relationships, and we all need just sometimes just to hear some things about what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, for some of us, because one thing that I know and I've learned from my own situation is that whenever you're going through stuff in your relationship, whatever it is that you're going through affects everything in your life. If you're having a fight with your spouse, or things are not going on too well, it affects your job, it affects how you relate with your kids, it affects your frame of mind. Sometimes you can't even think straight, and so we all need support one way or the other sometimes, and just dealing with relationship, whether with boyfriend, husbands, and whatnot. So I just wanted to share some things that I've learned with marriage, and well, one thing that I know for sure is that people have myths and they have fantasies that they develop when it comes to relationships, because they feel that like a relationship is supposed to be perfect. And I don't blame them for thinking that, because they watch movies and they see Hollywood, and they see all the romantic sides and all that stuff, and that kind of like more or less puts the wrong picture in people's minds. And so when things are not as rosy as they feel that it should be from the movies that they watch, they then want to run away, or or just they get so scared and they panic. And one thing that I wanted to say concerning that is that marriage, I would put that, or I can put it in relationships, because some people have just long-term relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's not supposed to be perfect, because nobody is the same. Nobody is the same. Like, even if you have a twin, sometimes you have arguments. So when you have people from two different, sometimes cultures, two different households, and two different ways of doing things, and two different morals and things that they were taught as growing up, and then they come together with somebody else, and to unite with them as their significant other, and then it's not gonna always be smooth. I definitely believe that one of the key things that helps to keep relationships and can make or break a relationship is communication. We need to be able to communicate with our spouse, with our significant other, and just let them know how we feel. And sometimes it might cause hurt feelings, but I think it's better to say whatever it is that you feel out than to hold it inside and just hide your feelings, and it's like a bottle that you shake up. Eventually it's gonna pop. So I think that it's very important for us to communicate and just let each other know how we feel, and that definitely helps to keep things down, and it also helps to create understanding, about things. And I think sometimes the reasons why people argue is because they don't fully understand the reason why somebody is doing a certain thing, or why you're acting this way, or why did you do that at that time, or why did you say that? I don't understand. So I think that if we develop honesty and just like and open-mindedness to each other. You know, if somebody is not afraid to open up to you, and somebody feels comfortable, you know, especially when it comes to women, you know, when we feel comfortable with someone and we don't feel threatened or that we'll be talked about or laughed at or mocked or yelled at, we kind of open up, you know. So I think that it is really important for you know, to be a safe haven, whether you're a man or a woman, to be a safe haven for your spouse, you know, meaning that they can come to you with whatever it is that they have a problem with and not be afraid to tell you. I think that another problem that I guess, so the first one was communication. The second one, I think that another issue that people face when it comes to relationship is also appreciation. You know, because I think that as time goes on, sometimes we lose appreciation for the other person, you know, and this is just like, you know, just taking each other for granted, you know, like simple things like saying thank you, for like the smallest things, we kind of like take it like, well, they're supposed to do that, you know, and I think that causes, and after a while, that kind of builds resentment, and it kind of like builds kind of like, since you're not gonna tell me thank you, and you don't care anyway, so you know, why should I do that? And that kind of like builds up a lot of things, you know, in the mind, you know, that really shouldn't be there. So I think just like general gratefulness, you know, and just like, you know, just count your blessings and just being thankful that you have that person, and you know, regardless of all your faults and all your, you know, all the ups and downs and everything, and they stuck with you, and they're with you, and they're, you know, especially, you know, when you have like a woman that you know, is giving her all, and you have a man that is doing all that he can to support his family and everything, just saying thank you, just small things. Oh, you brought me that cup of water. Oh, just thank you. I appreciate that. Or just like little things that you do. And we all know our spouses or our partners, and we know the things that they like and don't like. You know, so like if sometimes we just take the little time just to do that little thing that they like, I think that helps a lot with relationships. So I think just simple appreciation, you know, goes a long way. And also, I think that another thing that have some time together. I mean, it's not, because even laughter is a medicine. You know, when you, no matter what it is that is going on, and no matter what tries to come your way, and just laughing, you know, just taking that time to laugh, you know, goes a long way. And that solves a lot of things. And even if like you're in a situation whereby at that particular point in time your spouse is not making you laugh, or your kids are not making you laugh, or your job is not making you laugh, you know, you can go on YouTube, and you can, you know, go to some websites, and some of them free, you know, Google, you know, something, and just, you know, find some funny comedies or Netflix and stuff, and just put it and just make yourself laugh, just be tickled and just laugh, you know, and that solves a lot of things, you know. And I think that just having that, just taking that time sometimes for yourself, and sometimes even with your spouse, you know, just sit down together, you know, watch a funny comedy, and just you know, make jokes, or just talk about something that happened that was funny, and you just laugh together. And I think because a lot of times we take life too seriously, and we're into you know, we just wanna you know, focus on, oh, this is happening, or this is responsibility, and this bill needs to be paid, and this, that, and it becomes more or less like a job. It becomes a chore, you know, after some time, because, you know, when you remember all the times that before you started dating, I mean, before you got married, or before things got really serious, where you just hang out and just, you know, walk around the street aimlessly, and just spend like just amounts of time on the phone, just talking, and just, you know, yapping about things that, you know, might not even make sense to the onlooker, but you just, talk and laugh and spend time together and everything, and that helps to build your relationship. So sometimes, like, after a while, it becomes kind of like a routine, like a role and everything, and we don't take time to really cherish them moments anymore. It becomes a routine, just a everyday routine. Okay, you drop the kids, you do this, and you go to work, and you cook, and you this, and we become like robots. And I don't think that's the way it was meant to be. So if we sometimes just sit back and just take some time and just be ourselves and laugh, and just, it might be when the kids are, put to bed and stuff, and just take that time and just laugh. I think that is very important. And then also, I think that another thing that is really helpful is, besides that, so I've keyed in some few things. The next one, I think, is taking some time for yourself. I don't care if it's just sometimes like 5 minutes, sometimes after the kids go off to bed, especially for women, just taking some time, or sometimes you just, let the kids stay with whoever, or I won't say whoever, someone that you trust, and you just go out to the mall, walk around, just go out, just get some fresh air. Go to the park, take a walk, or just drive around in your car. Or if you're at home and you can't, maybe have a babysitter, and just, go off to yourself and just by yourself, plug in your earphones and just like listen to some music, or some just go on YouTube, or just go on, just find something that makes you just relieves your stress. Find something that relieves your stress. Some people it's comedy, some people it's just just having some quiet time and just thinking, or whatever it is. Taking that time, to just kind of like just reflect and just kind of just catch your breath. I think that helps because, a lot of times, like when you're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, especially for women, because I would speak for myself, we give and give and give, and sometimes it comes to a point that it's like you're drained, and you need to catch back up with your spirit. So for me, and I would say that helps, and I feel relieved and I feel revived, and when I come back and I come, and relate again, I'm refreshed. And another thing also is, I would say the last thing, but it's not the least, is just taking that time to just pray. Communicating with your creator. Just, people have different names for him, your higher power. And for me, it's my own personal relationship with Christ. He's my savior. So whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're going through, I believe that when you reconnect, taking that time to reconnect, even if it's 5 minutes before the start of the day or the end of the day, just taking that time to just reconnect and refocus, and just talk to your creator, talk to God, just let him know all your feelings, let him know, because I believe, and according to the Bible, God is the one that created relationships. He's the one that made marriage. So in order for you to be successful in marriage, you have to continue to go to him for that source of strength. And I believe that when we continue to go to him and look to him, that he will give us the strength and the wisdom and understanding and knowledge that we need to get through and to be successful and to just go strong and be successful in relationship. So this is Divine Collections today, coming at you with a video on relationships and love, and the hoping. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe, and share with friends and family, because we all need empowerment and inspiration. Thank you.